Hello everybody, my name is Luke Moore and this is Hot Mode, and today on Hot Mode we are going to be talking about why New York Fashion Week sucks. Now this isn't a hateful video just because I got rejected from every show that I requested attendance at. It's fine. I know having roasts in the titles of all of your videos probably scares the shit out of PR companies, but hey, somebody's gonna be the bitch. Before we actually get into the video, if you guys are looking for a channel that talks about fashion in the most interesting and creative ways, you can definitely hit the subscribe button because this is it. And then if you also like these kinds of videos where I'm just talking about the industry and my thoughts on it, you can also give it a like because that lets me know that you guys like me thinking. And everybody likes me thinking, I think. But yes, so let's actually talk about New York Fashion Week. I'm a person that has been probably doing New York Fashion Week since I was like 14 or 15, and I'm 20 now, so like 5 or 6 years, and in no way am I an expert. I'm not saying I am, but I have seen it evolve and I have seen it grow. I was on like the tail end of the kind of big blogger thing. I like have worked for bloggers before. I understand that New York was this really big place and everybody wanted to be at New York Fashion Week, and New York Fashion Week was so great, and oh, New York Fashion Week, I got invited to this show, blah, 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 blah. A lot has changed since like 2013, like a lot, it really has changed. So the first thing I want to talk about is New York democratizing itself in terms of fashion. If you think about every other city that does the big fashion shows, so London, Paris, Milan, fashion there is still very much so an exclusive thing. It is like you have to work in the industry, you have to know people, you have to really be aware of the industry and how it works. I'm not saying that that plan is perfect, and it is not, but I also don't think the whole free reign that New York Fashion Week has is well done or a smart choice either. New York really has allowed for anybody and everybody to show there. So that means the random Polish woman that wants to show, she can have a show. The, I Love Grass committee can also have the I Love Grass fashion show. Like, there are so many people that are allowed to just have shows if you have money and you're willing to spend it. You can have a show. But, and I'm not just, I'm just saying, like, there are just some things that are on that schedule for New York Fashion Week. You're just like, what the fuck does that even mean? You're just like, nah, I have no idea. So there is a lot of what's going on. So for me, there are a lot of really young, cool designers in New York that are showing. Sandy Liang, Claudia Lee, Monse, Telfar, Matthew Adams Dolan, Mariam Nazir-Zadeh. Like, there are a lot of, fresh young talent. Then there was a lot of that kind of second tier talent. There was Parenza Schooler and Altuzara and Rodarte. And then there was like the prime. There was Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger, Diane von Furstenberg. So there were layers to like how fashion in New York worked. There was. And it is an important thing. You have to have your big players. That's how you get buyers and press to come to see the shows. But as time goes on, you get those new kids like Proenza and Altuzara who are the new fashion wave, blah, blah, blah. And so that also gets press excited because they can start to bring in younger designers into, Bergdorf's and Harrods and stuff like that. And the press have somebody to write articles about. And then you have the, really young kids who are really just starting out, and they benefit from that as well. That essentially is how the industry kind of builds upon itself. The thing is, when you democratize it so that anybody can show, you lose the luxury of it. There's no longer this like, oh, I'm a really cool person that's wearing this and going to this show, blah, blah, blah. And I know this sounds like an asshole thing, but it's how the human psyche works. It's how the industry has stayed an industry so long. It's how we get the things that we get in this industry. Is it perfect? No, but it just plays on the human psyche. Every single industry is like this, like every single one. So I don't want to hear anybody mean like the fashion industry is so shallow. Like, no, the banking industry is shallow. The art industry is shallow. Like, unfortunately, when you kind of give Susie and Barbara and David all their own shows, you lose the exclusivity because it's kind of just shit on top of shit on top of shit. And let me just say, I've been to the New York Fashion Week men's shows. That's what happens. It's just bad menswear and shitty fabric that nobody really wants to see, but because you got invited to a fashion show, you're like, oh my god, like, meh. I'm not saying that I have not done that. Like, I went to John Varvatos the first time that I ever went to the New York Fashion Week Men's. I sat in the second row. I cried because it was the first fashion show. Not because it was terribly good, just because it was a fashion show and I was there and I was living it and this is fashion. Oh my god, this is what I want. Like, so that happens. It's the human way of trying to get in, and I want to be in fashion. I want to be in. So you want to be cool. But that's not helpful to the industry. So New York kind of now is like the butt end of the jokes. We need to like get New York out of the ugly, sad, way and kick out all the bad Davids and Janets and bring in the good people, like the fun, like the Mariams and the Claudias and the Sandys, because those people are really interesting and cool and put out good collections and stuff. So in reality, in the end of this, we need to stop giving Barbaras and Janets and Davids shows, and we need to start promoting the cool young kiddos in the industry in New York. We need to start like buying their stuff that is cool and amazing, and I'm the first person that should be doing that, and I'm trying my darndest. I've just bought from Shop Syro, which is a really cool men's heels company, and I bought the amazing Golfo shoes and I'm in love with them. And in the words of, me, let's make New York Fashion Week great again and stop putting up with Barbaras and Janets and Davids and Susies and Allens and Deborahs, because who wants to watch Deborah? No one. And now that I finished my rant on New York Fashion Week being awful, a really short announcement. The video that I made yesterday pertaining to my Fashion Month schedule is no longer going to be how it's running. Unfortunately, I think that going back to square one with just me being your guide to the fashion industry is the best thing right now for me. Thank you to my contributors who were really, really amazing and put out great quality content. I'm sorry that I disappointed you, and sorry to you guys who like the contributors, because it just can't work right now. In the future, I want it to, and I will do my best to make that happen, but right now, it's just too much for me to handle with school and like trying to be a young person, and I turned 21 on Valentine's Day, so like what am I gonna do in that case? So there's like a lot going on in my head that I just needed to take it down a notch, just get into the groove, really develop the channel to what it should be. And with that, I want to know how you guys feel about New York Fashion Week in general. What are your thoughts? What are your comments? What are your critiques? Let me know in the comments below. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys on the first Fashion Week video. I haven't decided what it's going to be yet, but stay tuned because they're coming. So again, thank you guys so much, and TTYL.